Dave's Tabletop Wargaming here. Been working on my new Night Titan. This is the headpiece there. And this is my progress so far. Because I've been working mostly with an airbrush, I'm not really comfortable putting my camera around it. But this is my progress. It's wonderful, fits together really nicely. A lot of different sub-assemblies. Arms twist off. So you can really just take it apart pretty easily. Really pretty stable. The thing about this kit, Games Workshop did a really good assembly video for it. You can find it on YouTube. The thing that they did not do is how to assemble the weapons to magnetize them, because obviously Games Workshop doesn't want you having two knights. They want you to buy two separate kits. So what we have here is a couple different sub-assemblies. We have the thermal cannon tip. This is that rapid fire battle cannon with the heavy stubber attached to it. This is the upper arm assembly. There's a lot of actuation in this. It's really nice. This goes with the thermal cannon. It goes on the side of the barrel. It's a couple of tanks. And this one is the ammo box for the rapid fire battle cannon. Let's see if we can get one in focus. This is the two parts to the base of the arm. Goes together like that. And the first thing that we're going to do, the easiest part, is this is the outer piece. This is the outer arm of the cannon. And that will, so when you have your Titan, that'll be the outside piece. And that's where this these tanks and that ammo box are gonna fit. So what I did, like I saw in another video, is throw a large magnet in there. And that will allow me to magnetize that to the outside. On the inside of these, I have a smaller magnet. On both of these pieces, you need to build up the inside so that the magnet sits flush with the outside, the inside piece of that groove. See if I can get my camera in focus, which it doesn't want to. So, but what'll happen is, got that magnet there, and they'll just grip onto each other. And it lines up like that. Or like that. And this is not the front barrel, this is the back piece of the arm. It's a little more complicated when you get up front. The battle cannon is not that bad. I actually had to raise it up with a washer so that it's level And I kept constantly fitting it so that it's flush, so that everything will go together the way that I want it to. The thermal cannon is a little bit more difficult. I wish I had realized this before I actually glued them together, but in order for that large magnet to fit in there the way that I wanted it to, I needed to scrape it out a little bit. The magnet was too wide. There is a nice little hole there already, but it was just too wide to already fit in the way that I wanted it to come up nice and flush. You can see on the back side of that magnet I painted it with this nice little marker. And when you're dealing with magnets, you need to make sure that both of those magnets are the same polarity, so when you fit them up to the actual body itself, that they won't repel. This is the body put together, and as you can see, I'm going to put a magnet right there, and so I need a backer. And what I'm going to do, I cut a little piece of plastic card, and that is going to fit right there. And when the body goes together, I'll have a nice little piece right there to fit my other large magnet. Again, this is marked, and that black area is going to go in. So I'm going to get this glued up and together so you can see these magnets are really strong. So I'm going to get that all fitted together, and I'll show you the end result. This arm fits in like that. That is what it will look like, and then your barrels will fit right there. So let me cut this and I'll come back when I got it together. Okay, got that assembled. Everything still moves though, so it'll be posable. I don't have my magnet in there yet, but I got my nice little piece of plastic card there to back it up, and I'll just build that up. This little cap's gonna go on the end. I haven't put that on yet. But as for the other sub-assemblies, some things I wanted to point out. If you are going to attach this stubber body on there, like I did, and have it be movable, you need to make a little cut. Let's see here. If you see that little corner on the barrel side, it needs to be cut out, or else it'll grab onto the body of the gun. It'll grab onto this little corner right there, and it won't release. So it's easier to just cut it out there, and it's just going to leave a little bit of a gap, and it's going to be in the back and really hard to see, but it will leave a gap. But if you want to be able to have that stubber body there, that's kind of what you have to do. The other thing is, for the battle cannon version of this, you're not supposed to add in this, because there's a little, oh wait, you can't see, okay. You're not supposed to add in this little cartridge that's back there, because it's like the ejection port, and there's a hose that comes off of the thermal piece for the thermal cannon and goes up there. Well, that is exactly the same place that this hose off the ammo hopper goes. So you kind of have to make a choice. Do you want that hose on the ammo hopper, or do you want the hose permanently there in the gun coming? It would come from like right there over to there. So yeah, those are kind of your choices and your little side notes. Before you glue anything together, you can glue this barrel on. You can make this, but before you attach all the heavy stubber stuff, just snap together the body of the gun and hold these two together, and you'll see what I'm talking about and right where you need to cut, because you won't be able to pull them off like we want to for magnetizing. Sorry this video's so out of focus. I can't get my camera to focus the way I want. So next I'll do a completed little segment. Okay, there it is. There's our rapid fire battle cannon. And these magnets are so freaking strong that I can't do it one-handed. Do a quick change over. The outside piece of the thermal cannon and the front. So there's your thermal cannon. Looks pretty sweet, right? So there's a lot of other little details that I haven't added on yet, and all over the model I haven't, because I want to get the main painting done and all the little underneath bits done before I add on more things to block my brush. But the magnetizing went pretty well. Definitely do a lot of pre-assembling. Cut all your bits out without any glue. Just assemble the arm, pull it apart, do it again. Really get to know the model before you start gluing anything in, especially if you're magnetizing. And all throughout the body. Like if you look under the shoulder there, you probably can't see it, but there's a book over there. There's a couple little bits under that ring that are kind of supports that are supposed to go there, and not focusing. Okay. And I couldn't get them in afterwards. I realized that it was just too late. So my loss, I guess. They're not very important bits. They're all the way underneath the model, but they won't be on mine, because I'm not willing to unsnap a large major piece to try to fix a mistake like that. But comparison, my unfinished IG guide doesn't even come up to the knee. You know, it's gonna be an impressive model. I'm really happy with the purchase, and hopefully it's gonna really add something to my army. But I cannot do this with just one hand. So I'll take a couple pictures together and put them at the end of this video. This is an afterthought. After I got done assembling my whole thing. See those two pistons? Those are the pieces that I was talking about that I didn't want to add on until I could get the painting done underneath. But I clipped them off and just kind of put them there to see what it would look like. And so there's little slides at in this, it's the bottom left where they connect, and there were little pins coming out, and on the top it was just a ball and pin. So what I did, because they would directly affect the pose if I glued them, it would freeze that joint in place. In the top you can see I put a paperclip pin all the way through and then drilled it out, and on the top I put a magnet. And in the channel of the piston, if you have the model and are looking at these pieces, you'll be able to tell what I'm talking about. In the channel of the piston, I glued another piece of paperclip. And then where the pins that would go into that channel are, I cut those pins off and drilled them out and put little magnets in there. And so the effect is that you can move the arm and the piston will stay where you want it to. Let me pull one of these off. You can see what I'm talking about. So there's the magnet where the pin was. And on the right hand side, right there, come on. Well, right there, there's that pin that goes all the way through. You can see the shiny metal. And then in the channel, let's see, where's my... Come on. You can see the paper clip that I glued in. So, afterthoughts. If you want it to move, you gotta figure out something. That's what I did. So, good luck. More about magnets for the Night Titan. This is the face and the face mask. There's two face masks that come with the kit. This is the one that I am going to be putting on mine. I made a big mistake. The head itself is 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. That top spike, that's kind of the neck in the wrong spot, but it is the neck. It allows it to go forward and backward, so kind of looking up and down. And then there's the left and right pieces, and then the actual front face is a separate piece. So the way that I would magnetize the masks onto the face so that you can get all 3 different variations would be, before you glue that face on, in the forehead of it, behind the plastic, put a little magnet there. Actually, probably as big a magnet as you can put. And then on the inside of the faceplate, put another magnet, or maybe a piece of metal, whatever would work best. I'm not going to screw around with it a whole lot, but one thing to do with this kit is, before you glue anything, think about the next 2-3 steps down the road. It's a great kit. There's a lot of options in it, and if you want to get the most out of it, magnetizing is definitely the best way to go.